So you want to buy a car and flip it for a good profit? Well, this is how you're going to do it. Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's having a great day today. So if you don't already know, in the last video, which I'll link in a card somewhere up in this area, we bought this BMW right here as a quick flip for an investment and also as a daily driver, and so that we don't run just a ton of miles up on our F-250. So if you're buying a car to resell it or flipping cars, the first rule to any kind of investment that you may make is that you want to have a good ROI. You want to have a good profit on whatever investment that you're making. So the number one rule to flipping vehicles is you make your money on the buy. So what I mean by that is you want to make sure when you're purchasing a vehicle that you're coming into the vehicle at a good price, so that whenever you get ready to turn around and sell the vehicle, you're not having to ask an outrageous amount of money for the vehicle that you're selling. If you price your vehicle too high when you get ready to sell it, you're one, either not going to have very many offers or any, and number two, you're probably going to have a lot of people messaging you about why the vehicle's so high, things of that nature. It's going to become a real pain. So you want to get into the vehicle at a very reasonable price. The second tip that I'm going to have for anybody who'd be interested in flipping a vehicle is make sure that you're very knowledgeable about the mechanical aspect of any vehicle, whether it be a BMW, a Ford, an Audi, Chevrolet, what have you. Make sure that you're at least fairly knowledgeable about the mechanical side of these vehicles, and if you're not, you want to take a mechanic or someone who's well educated in this field to take with you. The reason why I say this is because there's a lot of people that flip vehicles out there, and a lot of people that will either try to get over on someone intentionally or unintentionally. If you yourself are unfamiliar on the mechanics of a vehicle, how things work, what to look for to make sure that it's not going to break down for you, or any very costly repairs, that's where having your own knowledge is going to come into play. So let's say you picked out a vehicle, you know which one you want, you met up with the buyer, and you know you're going to get it at a good price, okay? You've looked the vehicle over, it's a very sturdy car, it's very mechanically sound, doesn't have just a ton of body damage, no rust, things like that. You're happy with the buy, so you purchase the vehicle. So the next thing you want to do is take it to your home or car wash, wherever you're going to do the cleaning process. You have got to detail this vehicle. Now, some people, when you buy a car from them, they think a lot of their own vehicle, their own property, so they well maintain it and they keep it clean. But more often than not, the most vehicles that I've bought, they're extremely dirty, they're not clean, they're not well maintained. So you're gonna have to do things like probably do an oil change, make sure it's safe to drive on the road, things like that. The third biggest piece of information, and that's gonna benefit you greatly, is making sure that the car is clean. So you're gonna wanna do a major detail on the vehicle, which is basically what we're gonna be doing today. I wanna show you guys my process when I go about detailing a vehicle. Now, as you can see, the BMW is already fairly clean. I did a pretty quick spot wash on it before the video a couple days ago. I don't really know if you guys can see. I think the GoPro will pick it up, but there's actually some water spots like here and here, and we're gonna be able to address those. So since we already did our main wash on the car, we already got the bucket out, the mitts, the soap. So then what we're gonna do is go ahead and jump into some of the finer details that you get into when you actually start detailing a car that's gonna set your vehicle or your flip apart from some of the competition. So the products that we're gonna be using today is actually gonna be the Fundamentals bundle from Enthuzst. Now, this isn't a sponsored video by Enthuzst or by Dirty Max Jack, anything like that, but I've used this product on the last couple vehicles I've had. I really like them. It's a great product. It's got a great finish to it, a great shine. So let me show you what we got in the bundle. So this is gonna be your Fundamentals bundle. It's gonna come with your interior cleaner, your gloss dressing, your detail spray, some tire cleaner, and also some wheel cleaner. Now, some of these products have a pretty unique smell to them. I know, like this, the detail spray smells like blueberry. It actually smells really good, smells just like blueberries. And I think the gloss dressing has a peppermint smell, which when you're working on the interior, you leave behind a nice fresh peppermint smell. It smells really good. So what I'm gonna do, and what I usually seem to do, is I'm gonna start on the exterior of the vehicle Now usually we've already done like the spot rinse, we've already washed it down, used the whole car wash process, sprayed it off and dried it. And that's kind of where we are right now. So it's been 2 days since I've actually washed the car. I haven't driven it just a ton, so it hasn't got really dirty, but it does have a few water marks on it, things like that, which is what we're gonna go ahead and take care of. So we're gonna go ahead and use this detail spray, which is gonna take care of any light dirt, fingerprints, and water marks. So we're gonna spray it down with some of this and see how it works.
For the victory lap though. Whoa, whoa, they ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I should overcome, what for? Train under trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands and stormy shore seasons in the year, yeah. Ain't no challenge for champions and chain no fear. Yup, the champ is here, switch gears. We keeping haters in the rear. At the blood, sweat and tears and my goal so near. I see my victory so clear. I see my victory so clear. And today, we break through. And today, we break through. And today, we break through. And today.
All right, so that detail spray did a great job. As you can see, we don't have any more watermarks whatsoever. No smudges, no fingerprints. You can even see your reflection in it. Anytime that you can see your reflection in the paint, you know you're doing something right. So now that we got the exterior done as far as the paint goes, we're actually gonna start down here towards the wheel area. We're gonna work on the tires as well as the wheels. Now the tires, you can see they already look pretty good. You can see sort of a semi-gloss shine to them. They don't look too bad. They actually look pretty new. Now full disclosure, I did already work on the tires yesterday. I wanted to see how these products performed. I wanted to see how they did as far as the application and how well they held up. So I actually did these tires yesterday, and normally if you would have put, you know, some of the other tire shine products, some of the other brand names on there, it would have slung all down the car and probably the shine would have already been gone by now with a whole day's time. But what I actually used for these tires is this tire cleaner. This is the tire cleaner from Enthuzst. They exclaim that their tire cleaner deep cleans the dirtiest of tires effortlessly and removes blooming, discoloration, and baked on tire dressing. And I'd have to say it stood up very well. It's a great product. I'm super happy with it. I don't use tire shine all the time, but you know, if I'm taking my wife out on a date or if I'm going to a car show, you know, something like that, I will throw some of it on. So I would highly recommend this tire cleaner. Since we already done the tire cleaner, we're actually gonna go ahead and move on to the wheel cleaner. Now the wheel cleaner is gonna be used just for the wheels themselves. It says the wheel cleaner is an all-purpose product that works hard to remove contaminants like brake dust and iron deposits embedded in your paintwork and wheels. This works highly effectively on the dirtiest of wheels and is safe to use on all types of wheels like steel, alloy, chrome, powder-coated wheels, painted, uncoated, and ionized aluminum wheels as well. So that's a huge thing right there in and of itself as far as the product goes. So a lot of the other brands, you can only use them for like aluminum wheels, or there's some for just chrome wheels. Some are specifically steel wheels only. So we're gonna throw this on these wheels and we're gonna wipe them down, see how they clean up.
For the victory lap though. Whoa, whoa, they ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I should overcome, what for? Train under trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands and stormy shore seasons in the year, yeah. Ain't no challenge for champions and chain no fear. Yup, the champ is here, switch gears. We keeping haters in the rear. At the blood, sweat and tears and my goal so near. I see my victory so clear. I see my victory so clear. And today, we break through. And today, we break through.
All right, so the wheels look absolutely fantastic. I have to say I'm real happy with that wheel cleaner selection that Enthuzst puts out. So for one, I didn't have to use any water. It was completely waterless. The application was great. It went on well, it cleaned the wheels well, taking all the dirt and grime, you know, just wiping it with the cloth, it all just came right off. I didn't even really let the product have time to sit. I pretty much just sprayed it on and went right to work cleaning it right off, and it came off great. So now that the outside of the car is pretty much done, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the interior of the car. All right, so now that we're on the interior of the car, we can start working on cleaning up some of the interior pieces, like the seats are gonna be a huge part of it. The dash, anything visible to the eye that we can get to, every little nook and cranny we want to get to, we want to clean it up and make it look nice for the seller that we're going to sell to. So I'm going to be using this Enthuzst interior cleaner to start off with. To me, the interior is kind of going to be like a two-part process. We're going to start off with this interior cleaner, and then once we finish off with this, we're actually going to move on to a second part, which is going to be more like a dressing, kind of to clean things up. But the interior cleaner is going to be used on anything leather, vinyl, rubber, plastic, carpet, cloth, or upholstery. The interior cleaner is gentle on your interior surface, but it's tough enough to remove stains. It adds no shine, just a clean factory finish. It adds UV protection and also deodorizes. So there's actually a couple good things about this interior cleaner that I personally like. One is it's sort of multi-purpose. You can use it on, you know, leather, vinyl, rubber, plastics. You could use it in carpet, which for someone who's detailing a vehicle, you know, I'm not a pro. I don't do it every single day, but I do it pretty often to the numerous vehicles that I have. A product like this is going to be hugely beneficial to have because you can use it in so many different areas. I do like the fact that it adds no shine, just a clean factory finish. You know, some people don't like it to look like you just spray tire shine all on the inside of the vehicle. Some people just want, you know, more of a matte look, something like it just rolled off the showroom floor. They don't want all the shine, things like that, all the gloss. They just want a nice finish, and that's what this is going to give us. Also, I like the fact that it deodorizes the interior of your car. Now, I've been in some vehicles that's been smoked in, and I can tell you that those are a pain in the butt to try to get that smell out. Or sometimes people just have horrible BO or eat in the vehicle, it smells like fast food, whatever the case. So something like this that deodorizes is going to be hugely beneficial. I really like it, so we're going to see how it cleans it up. So the interior cleaner did a great job. It really cleaned the seats well. I'm pretty happy with the interior cleaner actually. There were some smudges in the back seat. Looks like maybe some kids with some sticky fingers may have got back there and touched on the doors and in the seats, things like that. But the interior cleaner cleaned it right up. One thing I do want to point out is that when you saw me cleaning the dash area here where the radio was and the climate control, things like that, you didn't see me actually spray the cleaner onto the radio or any of the electronics because it is electronics. You don't want to short anything out or cause any damage to your car. So in a situation like that, I usually just either spray some on the rag or use what residue is already left on the rag just to kind of wipe down this area, just because I don't want to damage anything or short anything out. So the second part of the interior detail is going to be this gloss dressing. So this actually has a peppermint scent. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's going to smell really good. I did take a quick whiff of it. So this gloss dressing has many uses, saving you time and money. The dressing is a long-lasting formula that can be used on interior surfaces like vinyl, plastic, and rubber, and also exterior uses including trim and tires. Restores faded plastics and additional layers if a higher gloss is desired. So like I was saying earlier, guys, not everybody likes a high gloss finish on their interior. They don't want it to look like someone's come in here and just sprayed it down with tire cleaner, things like that. But something I will mention is that this car has a lot of like wood trim. I know it's fake wood, but it's like wood trim, wood grain trim. So I am going to use it on that. I think it'll give it that kind of nice luxurious look. It'll really clean the trim up, kind of bring some life back into it. As you can see, we've got some water spots on this trim on the door, so we're going to get those taken care of. So as you can see, guys, it did a phenomenal job. It looked like it kind of brought it back to life. You can see the mirror finish in the product now. I mean, it looks fantastic. Even in the door over here, it really got those watermarks out. It did a great job. I'd have to say, I think it's a great touch that Enthusiast actually put this product in their fundamentals bundle, because it's something either a customer can use or decide not to use depending on what they like in a vehicle. But it's just kind of going that above and beyond that really kind of drives it home, and it's a good product for anybody that's looking to detail their vehicles. So that's a full overview of the Enthusiast Fundamental Bundles kit. I really enjoyed it. I think it has a lot to offer. I appreciate the work and the research that went behind developing this product so that the company Enthusiast could actually get this out to enthusiasts like us who enjoy detailing their vehicles and making their vehicles look nice on a daily basis. And it makes it easier for the upkeep of a vehicle, keeping it clean and well maintained. So I would have to give the Enthusiast bundle package a solid 10 out of 10. It did everything it said it was going to do, and I love the fit and finishes that it gives at the end. So great job, Enthusiast. The last thing that I'm going to do to help clean up the vehicle and kind of wrap up the detailing work is going to be vacuuming out the floorboards. I feel like this is a process that a lot of people look over. Almost 9 times out of 10 when I go to pick up a vehicle, it's just completely trashed floorboards, either dirt, grass, rocks, what have you. Especially if it's like a car like this that's got nice carpeted floor mats. It's not like your rubber or vinyl floor mats, it's actually carpet floor mats. They get absolutely disgusting. So these aren't too bad. We looked at a little bit, but I am still gonna get the shop vac out and get it all swept up.
For the victory lap though. Whoa, whoa. They ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came.
All right, so as you can see, we've kind of moved locations here a little bit. I decided to come out on the back porch. The light exposure out in front in the drive was kind of getting pretty rough, so this looks a little bit better. It's a little quieter, that way you guys can hear me a little bit better. And the scenery back here is just a little bit nicer in my opinion. So the vehicle is all washed up. It's clean on the inside, it's clean on the outside. It's presentable for our next buyer to come and look at the vehicle, and especially for them to view it online. That's one of the biggest things, you know, when you're flipping a vehicle, you got to ask yourself, you know, how am I going to get this vehicle in front of as many people as I can? And that's going to be social media, different advertisements, things of that nature. So now the car is cleaned up and it's ready for that step in the process. So after you've cleaned the vehicle and it looks good, the last step is just to ask yourself where you're going to market this vehicle. It's very rare for you to just be driving down the road, stop at a gas station, someone will say, man, I love the car, I'd like to buy it from you. That almost never happens. So when you look at marketing, you want to look at a couple of different things. So there's a couple of different sites that I use for my marketing when I'm looking to flip a vehicle. One is going to be Facebook. Facebook is going to be one of your best friends when it comes to free marketing. It doesn't cost anything to post on Marketplace or some of the different groups that you may have on your Facebook. So Marketplace is one of my go-to places when I look at marketing one of my vehicles that I'm getting ready to flip. So you pull up your phone or on your laptop or desktop, wherever, you pull up your Facebook account, you go to the Marketplace setting, you can click on your little profile there and click add listing. Once you're in there, it'll ask you different things like what vehicle it is you're selling, what price are you asking for the vehicle, pretty much a full description of the vehicle. Now you can make that as lengthy as you want to or as short as you want to. Me personally, I try to put as much detail in that description as I can, because you want your potential buyers to know everything that they need to know right there looking at the description. You want something that's going to pull them in. You want to make the description well thought out and as truthful as you can make it. Now, there are some vehicles that have underlying problems that you don't know about, but as long as you're as truthful as you can be, that's one of the main things that you need to make sure that you're taking care of. You don't want to be gypping people out here on Marketplace or Craigslist or wherever. You want to sell people a good, mechanically sound vehicle. That way you're happy, you can sleep at night, your buyer's happy, everyone goes home happy. And it's just a good experience for both parties. Now, once you list your vehicle in Marketplace, you can also opt in for what they call a boosted listing. Now, a boosted listing is the opportunity to get your vehicle in front of more eyes. Facebook will actually navigate traffic to your post itself. However, it's not free to do this. They have different tiers. I think like their different tiers are like for $3, $6, $9, or $12. And obviously the more money that you put into it, the wider range of audience that Facebook Marketplace will traffic to your particular post that you have. Now, Facebook is kind of the cheaper side of it. Also, I like posting on Craigslist. Now, in the past, Craigslist was free for any vehicle postings, but as of about maybe a year ago, they actually charge $5 per posting. That includes if it sits online for, you know, however long and you decide to repost it, you're gonna have to repost it and pay another $5. Craigslist has its own consumer base. Some people only shop for vehicles on Craigslist, so I find that it's beneficial for me when I flip a vehicle to also post it on Craigslist. Now, you don't have to, but you can usually reach a wider range of audience when you post to Craigslist as well. So when I post to Craigslist, I usually wind up spending about $15. And I know what you're thinking, you just said it was $5 to post something on Craigslist. Well, I usually make 3 listings when I list on Craigslist. So I list in the city that I live in, and I've got 2 major cities, you know, east and west of where I live, that I know it's got a bigger population of people. So I also post to those other 2 cities, you know, stating that it's in my city, but by posting to those other 2 bigger populated cities, you can actually get more eyes on your listing and you reach a wider audience. So the name of the game in marketing is get your posting or your listing in front of as many eyes as possible, because more eyes that you have on your listing, the more chances you have of someone actually contacting you or DMing you about your listing, henceforth leading to a sale. So the 5th and final step in the process is going to be meeting up with the buyer. So once someone contacts you about the vehicle or about the listing, either by text, DM, you know, messaging, calls you, what have you. Usually I like to set mine up in a public place like, you know, a Walmart or some business in town, or a central location that you and the buyer disclose. I usually like to settle on a price before I meet up with somebody, because I don't like to do a whole lot of bickering back and forth once we actually meet, because sometimes what one person may have in mind, the other one might not, and then it could be a waste of time for both parties. So I usually like to try to hammer out a firm, agreed upon price before we ever even meet. So once you decide on a price and you meet up with the person, you know, you make sure you want to get everything out of the vehicle. You make sure that you want to sign over the title work, make sure everything's legal there. And then once you sell your vehicle, you're on your way to your next flip. Now, I think it'd be very hard for someone to make a full-time income doing this. I know people do, and I know it's possible, but you would have to flip so many vehicles to make it a full-time job. But it is possible. But with that, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the vlog today. I appreciate everybody stopping in. If you like the content that you saw today, go ahead and hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. All the likes and all the subscribers I can get really help the channel and helps me to provide more great content for you guys. So with that, guys, take care and have a great day.